So let's start off with the problem. A boy climbs staircase is the work done by boy on staircase and boy sorry, positive, negative, 0. So basically what is happening, I'll explain the question. There's a boy, so he's climbing the stairs. So when you're climbing the stairs, is the work done by the boy on the stairs? So work done by you on the staircase and work done by staircase on the boy. Is it positive, negative, or 0? 3 options like that. We don't know the exact value. You just need it to be positive, negative, or 0. If the cams are not on, I'll just be removing you from the group. So later, don't cry. You know, it's not my job to keep reminding you, keep the cams on, keep the cams on. And I sent you the paper, test paper and the results also. Hope everyone had a look at it. So people have scored almost 170s and all, but certain people's scores are, still less. People are getting still less than 50%. Paper was not that tough. You guys should definitely have a look at it, what went wrong. If there is some technical glitch or it's a one-time thing, it is fine. Paper was not that hard. Like, I don't think so. Like 50% shouldn't have been a difficult score. Okay. Get this thing. So a boy is walking on a staircase. Is the work done by the staircase on the boy positive, negative, 0? Work done by staircase on the boy. I think I'll give a minute. See how to do this thing. First thing. Work done by boy on staircase. Remember the work done definition? Work done is force into displacement of point of application of force. So here, what is your FBD? See, boy is applying force on staircase. So you have to draw FBD of the staircase. So it's always important, like, what is your system? So if you draw the staircase, so what is the boy doing while climbing? He is applying force down. So this is force due to the boy. So this point, which is applying force, is this point moving? The points on the staircase do not move, no? So wherever you're applying force, just visualize when you're walking. When you're pushing the step down, that point is not moving. Points on the staircase do not move. You should take force into displacement of the point of application of force. You're applying force on the staircase and the point on the staircase is not moving. So the displacement I say is 0. Therefore, work done is 0. You can think about logically. When you're climbing stairs, you're not doing any work on the staircase. You're pushing it, but there is no displacement. Put it on. Next thing. The work done by staircase on man or boy. Now look at this thing. Huh? When you're walking, see, this is how you're walking. So we are drawing the FBD of the boy. You will see something interesting here. If I call this point A and if I call this point B, on A there is a force, but is A moving? Think now, when you're walking, the leg which is in contact does not move. Therefore, work done on A is 0. Look at B. B pay, there is no force only. Can you see the catch here? The point which is moving, there is no force. The point which the force is applied, there is no displacement. The total work done is 0. So when you're climbing the stairs, you're not giving any energy to staircase. Vice versa, staircase is not giving energy to you. Think about it. When you're climbing the staircase help you to climb it. No, staircase doesn't do anything. So that's why you're getting both 0. The staircase is not giving you any energy for you to climb the staircase. Make sense? If you just stand on the staircase, you won't climb now. Suppose if this was an escalator, it would have been different. Escalator would move, isn't it? The escalator is giving energy to the man, but staircase won't give energy to the man. Because if this had been an escalator, this point will move, no? So that would have been a work done. So the catch here is you're neither doing work, you're not getting any work from the staircase. Then why are you climbing? You know what you're doing? Your legs, right? Like the muscles are acting like springs. You're using your internal energy to compress these muscles, which are generating that force to climb. That's why you get tired when you climb. It is because your own internal energy. But when you stand on an escalator, you don't get tired enough, but escalator still takes you up. So in that case, escalator is giving work to you. Theoretical question, simple, but you should know what you're doing. So when you're actually walking on a staircase, you're not doing any work, you're not getting any work. So people say, conceptual question. They're not something different. This is how you see. Clear with this thing? Let's see one more.
Sir,
Sure.
Sir, why can't we consider frictional force to be acting opposite to the direction of which we are moving?
No. Frictional force will be in the direction of the man. ठीक है ना? Displacement कितना है point का?
0.
हो गया ना? वो point move ही नहीं कर रहे, तो why does it matter how many forces are acting on that point? Clear? Next one. A pencil is used to draw a circle of radius r. The frictional force between tip of the pencil and paper is F. Find work done by pencil on paper, paper on pencil. Meaning you're drawing a circle like this with a pencil. Okay, you're drawing this way. Circle ka radius is r. So how will the friction be on the pencil? Like this, na opposite. This is a friction on pencil due to paper. Because it will be opposite to your motion. You're dragging it now. So you need to find work done by pencil on paper, paper on pencil. The pencil is going this way, whereas this thing is that way. Hope the question is clear. You draw a circle of radius r, frictional forces F. Find work done by pencil on paper, paper on pencil.
Sir,
Hi.
sir, the work done by pencil on paper means that a pencil is bringing some changes in paper, right?
Is it?
No.
So can you show the previous page?
See, work done by pencil on paper. So you draw the FBD of the paper. This is a circle. How will the friction be? This way. It will be in the direction of the pencil, na? Pencil may it will be opposite, paper may it will be in the forward direction. Make sense? Newton's third law. On the pencil, it is acting backward. So on the paper, it will act forward. So it will be this way. Fine, great. So here, this is the point where the friction is being applied. So if you observe here, the points on the paper do not move. Even though you're applying friction on the paper, the points are not moving. Therefore, work done is 0. Does it make sense? When you're drawing a circle with a pencil, you're applying force on the paper, but the point where you're applying the force on the paper does not move. The work done by pencil on paper is 0. Put it down.
Sir,
Yeah.
if the pencil is moving, isn't it doing work?
So what is the work done definition?
That a force is applied which causes a change in the body.
Who said this thing? You need to learn this thing. I didn't teach you this.
Oh.
I didn't teach you this. Don't bring your school definition. Doesn't work. Force into displacement of point of application of force. You're applying force on the paper. Is the paper moving? That's it. Done. 0. You're not doing any work on the paper. So what you're doing is something else. Let's see. I'll show you. Work done by paper on pencil. So now you're drawing FBD of the pencil. So this pencil is there. Now how is the friction? Friction is tangential. And this is the displacement. If you see, when the pencil is going now, every instant, the friction is opposite, the displacement is this way. So here, if you observe, the friction on the pencil and the displacement are always opposite. Displacement of tip of the pencil. Here, see, the paper is applying force. Who is giving this friction? This is due to paper, no? This is the friction between the paper and the pencil. Is always opposite. So what is the angle between them? Therefore, angle between them is 180. Now see here carefully. The tip of the pencil is moving now. You're applying force on the tip of the pencil and the tip of the pencil is moving. There's a displacement now. So work done is integral force dot displacement. This will be friction ds cos 180. That is minus f integral mod ds. What is ds? Arc length, na? So what is the total arc length? Minus f into 2 pi r. That is the work done by friction. Friction into the total distance 2 pi r. So there is a work done by friction in a paper on the pencil. So what will happen to all this work done? This becomes heat, sound, and everything. This is wasted. This energy is dissipated. So whenever you're drawing a pencil, circle with a pencil or a pen, right, that energy actually becomes heat, sound, and everything. It is dissipated. No one gets that energy. And one important thing here, Newton's third law is not valid. You know, just if I don't do work on you, see, if A does not do work on B, doesn't mean B will not do work on A. Newton's third law is not valid for work. If you see, work done by pencil and paper is 0, but paper and pencil is not 0. I gave you this because in this question, did you see work done by boy on staircase, staircase on boy? Both got 0. So it might give you a wrong feeling like, work done, it will be, one guy does 0 work, the other person also will do 0 work. Not necessary. In this example, you can clearly see pencil is not giving any energy to the paper, but paper, look at here what paper is doing. It is doing a negative work. Means what? It is not giving energy. It is stealing energy from the pencil. Got this? So it's like, what? Why all that? Just take your, finger and rub it against the table. The table becomes hot, no? The finger becomes hot. So basically, whatever work you're doing is becoming heat energy. So that's how your energy is dissipated. The table is not giving you any energy. Makes sense? When you're rubbing the finger on the table, why will the table give energy to you? You are giving heat energy to the table in reverse, actually. That's why work done with pencil and paper is there, but work done with paper and pencil is not there. Hope that makes sense. Put it down. Let's see one more.
Sir, then won't the displacement be 0?
Okay, displacement is 0 then.
Work is 0.
ये किसने बोला आपको? Displacement 0 तो work done 0.
10.
Tell me one thing. When can you use that formula? अगर force constant है, then you can use F into S bar. यहाँ पे force constant है क्या? देखा डायरेक्शन चेंज हो रहा है. फ्रिक्शन का मैग्नीट्यूड कांस्टेंट है, फोर्स कांस्टेंट नहीं है, डायरेक्शन चेंज हो रहा है. तो आपको क्या करना पड़ेगा? इंटीग्रेट करना पड़ेगा. एंड यहाँ पे आपको किसको इंटीग्रेट कर रहे हो? डीएस को इंटीग्रेट कर रहे हो ना. व्हाट इज डीएस? आर्क लेंथ ना. तो मीनिंग आप ए पीस इस पीस छोटे छोटे पीसेस का ऐड कर रहे हो. तो व्हेन यू ऐड ऑल दोस पीसेस व्हाट यू गेट? अ सर्कमफरेंस ना. सो रिमेंबर दैट थिंग पीपल. दैट्स अ ब्लंडर. Displacement 0 to work done 0. It is valid only for, you can make a statement that if F is constant, both direction and magnitude, and displacement is 0, then work done is 0. Or else it is not necessary. Then work done is 0. So in the above problem, friction is not constant. In the above case, F bar is changing direction. Magnitude is constant. So F is changing now. So you can't use that formula directly.
Sir,
right.
But if I travel in a circle and come back to the same place where I started, the force will be constant, but direction changes. But last year I studied, the work done will be 0.
It's not 0. Okay. Meaning, एक काम करो ना, take a block on the floor and उसका round, push it. Don't get tired. Without getting tired, keep pushing it. Now, I know friction and everything is there. But when you're going in circles, you get tired, na?
Yes.
You know what you're saying? So let's say, imagine if I make you run, from here to, let's say you go from your house to Colaba and make you run back to home. Since displacement is 0, work done is 0, you should not get tired. ऐसा है तो Uber वाले को should not give money only round trip के लिए. Catch the Uber, go to from here to Lonavala and get back to home and say displacement 0, work done 0, you don't get paid. I'll pay you only for the time. It will be quite interesting. In school, you know what? See, school, they don't teach you integration, right? So the teacher can't explain it this much stuff, right? So problem wo hai. They'll teach you whatever is there in the textbook. Unnecessarily way to make you think. Next one. Put on this also.
So can you show previous page after this?
And this displacement of application of force, which I'm saying now, is I created this thing. If you see, it is there in your ICSE textbook. The definition is clearly written in ICSE textbook. Done? Let's see one more. Block initially starting from west, F is 20. Find work done by the force and friction in 2 seconds. We have done this in kinematic friction. There I asked to find the displacement in 2 seconds. You have a block, force of 20 √2 is acting at 45 degrees, quotient of friction is 0.5, m is 5 kg. Find the work done by capital F and the friction in 2 seconds. First thing, free body diagram. How many of you wrote normal reaction is 50? If you have written n is 50, it's a trap.
N
That
is
is first
30.
mistake. N is 30. See. What will be this component? 20 √2 sine 45. 20. 20 √2 cos 45. That is also 20. Your weight is 50. Normal reaction, friction. And block acceleration is forward. So you can see from here, normal reaction is how much? Hope you got this FBD, force into components. The normal reaction will be 50 minus 20. 30 newtons. What is friction maximum? U into N?
15.
15, na? That is 0.5 into 30. So in case you took N is 50, na, you will get the block is at rest. It won't move only. And then 20 minus friction is mass into acceleration. 20 friction is 15. This is 5 into A. So acceleration is 1. So what is displacement? S is equal to ut plus half at square. U is 0. Acceleration is 1. Time is 2 square. So 2 meters. What is work done by capital F? F is cos theta. Here F is constant, so you can use. F is 20 root 2. Displacement is 2. Cos theta is 1 by root 2, 40 joules. Work done by friction. Friction is opposite. Displacement is forward. Minus 15 into 2. Minus 30 joules. If you just look at this thing in one problem, can you see something? You have loss of motion, friction, kinematics, work. So this is how problems will be. So you have to be thorough with each and everything. And again, if you see, the question is not tough. It is just that there are 3 or 4 things, coming at the same time. Put it down. Any step you didn't get, please ask me. Most common mistake people do that at NSMG. Habit. Without drawing an FBD.
Why are we not just calculating work done by 5 Newton? Because the total force is 5.
What was the question?
Okay, sorry.
What you're saying is find the total work done. All clear with this? Next page. Next one. The particle moves from A, which is 1, 1, to B, 2, 3. Under the action of force F. Case 1, force is 2I plus 3J. It's a constant force. Case 2, the force is Xi plus Yj, meaning the force is changing with X coordinate and Y coordinate. At different positions, you have different work done. Case 3, Yi and Xj, meaning look at the thing here. Along the I, when you want I direction depends on Y coordinate, along the Y direction depends on X coordinate. So find work done by force in all 3 cases. There are 3 different questions, huh? And this question is important. The same question again will come in electrostatics and gravitation. So you are going from A to B. There are 3 forces. Find the work done by each force. Hope the question is clear. Let me show you this. First thing, normally when you write work done is a bar dot dr bar or ds bar. First of all, what is r bar? Position vector. Xi cap, yj cap, zk cap. So what is dr bar? D, remember D is the differential. D is not a this thing, constant or something. D by j cap and dz k cap. So dr bar means small position vector, dx, dy, dz. So here the work done ka formula becomes integral fxi cap, fyj cap, fzk cap, dot product dxi cap, dyj cap, and dzk cap. So when you just multiply them, you get fx dx integral fy dy integral. If force is not constant, you have to integrate. This is the stuff. Okay. Now look at our case 1. The work done. What is the force? 2i plus 3j dot product. So this is the process which you should use, in case the force is not constant. So this will be integral 2dx plus integral 3dy. So you're going from A to where? You're going from A to B. You're integrating x here. So you're going from xa to xb. Here you're going from ya to yb. How much is xa? 1. How much is ya? 1. xb is 2. yb is 3. You're going from 1, 1 to 2, 3. So this will be 2 times x limits 1 to 2, 3 times limits 1 to 3. That is 2 times 2 minus 1 plus 3 times 3 minus 1. That is 8 joules. This is how you integrate. Now, if you see in the second problem, what will change? This will be xi cap, yj cap. No? And this will become x dx and y dy. So limits will be x square by 2 and y square by 2. That's how it will change. This problem could have been also done like this. If f bar is constant, this is an alternate. But remember, this can be only done when f is constant. Then work done becomes f bar
Force
dot s
interval.
bar dot product. So it is 2i plus 3j dot ab bar. How much is that?
I plus 2j.
So ab bar vector will be 2 minus 1 I cap, 3 minus 1 j cap, I plus 2j. This is ab bar vector. B minus A, na? AB bar. Final minus initial. You're going from A to B. So final minus initial. So 2 minus 1 I cap, 3 minus 1 j cap. So the dot product will be I plus 2j. So that will be 2 plus 6, 8 joules. If you see, got the same answer. But this you can use only when F is constant. This will fail completely in B and C case. Case 2, case 3 doesn't work. So you should always know when something will work, when something will not work. See, by-harding is not wrong. But by-harding without understanding when it works, when it doesn't work, that's what creates problems. Mugging up has a bad reputation. There's nothing wrong with mugging up as long as you understand when to use and not to use. It's like, just because you have a person with a hammer, right? For him, everything looks like he can just hit it. You can't hit a screw inside. You can nail, you can put it with a hammer. If you have a screw, you can't keep hitting it. It won't go inside. You have to use a different tool, different instrument. That is the most important thing you need to realize. Don't use the same logic or same thing for each and everything. Put this down. Any doubts on this page, please ask me. Next one, case 2. Yeah.
So 11/2 joules per second.
Right. So case 2, work done, again same stuff. So you have xi plus yj dot dxi dyj and dzk. That would be x dx plus y dy. You're going from xa to xb, ya to yb. 1, 1, 2, 3. X square by 2 limits 1 to 2. Y square by 2 limits 1 to 3. So that will be 4 minus 1. And that is 9 minus 1. 11/2 joules. This is still fine. Case 3 is an interesting one, right? This is a mains level question, case 3, but it's a good one. You should know this thing because it can be asked in 3 different chapters. Listen carefully this time. This would become yi cap plus xj cap. So when you integrate this stuff, you get integral y dx plus integral x dy. Most people, what they do now, common mistake, they'll write y into x plus x into y. Blunder. You can't do that. Here y and x are not constants. Here x and y are variables, cannot be integrated. You can't take y and x out of the integral. Then, but there's a way to do this thing. You don't integrate them individually, but together something happens. We'll write this in what is the next page. Put it down till here. Just put it down, get some water and come. And then copied. Now how to integrate these things? See. Y dx plus x dy. Now, this is just a method actually. Remember this formula? Differential of f of x into g of x. Product rule. When you differentiate g of x, don't talk about f of x. Plus g of x into differential of f of x. So I can use a similar logic here. This can be written as integral d of xy. Make sense? Product rule. So how do you solve this thing? You can see put x into y as some t. Something, some variable. So what is TA? TA is xay, which is 1 into 1. What is TB? Which is xb, yb, because you took xy is equal to t, which is 2 into 3, 6. Then this guy becomes dt limits from ta, which is 1, to tb, which is 6. Can you see how easy it became to integrate? So this is t limits 1 to 6, that is 5. This is how you solve this kind of questions. You cannot integrate them individually, but when you combine them, it becomes d of xy. You can take xy as t, and then it becomes simple integral dx types. Remember this thing. These kind of questions, especially the second question, right? These things were asked in NEET a lot, case 2. Case 3 is like a main type of question. But then again, it's not that difficult also. They can't ask you in NEET. So, and it's not like they'll ask in work per energy. They can ask you this in electrostatics or gravitation. Put it down. Clear? Next one. Turn in the page. This is a good one. Let's see one more. So there's a person here who is holding a string. And is applying a force F. 10 newtons. The other side, there is a block. 30 degrees. And this height was 10 meters. This is B, this is A, this was 10 meters. Okay. So a person pulls a string, and this is 5 kg. Pulls a string with force 10 newtons. And the other side is attached to the block as shown. The question is, find work done by the man. Find work done by the person when the block goes from A to B. Ground is smooth. Hope the question is clear. So the man is standing at a height of 10 meters. You can neglect the height of the block. 5 kg block, and man started pulling with 10 newtons. So the block will slide here. So when the block goes from A to B, what is the work done by the man? Hope the question is clear. The diagram is clear. Anyone who didn't get the diagram, ask me. Who is this PL, Ray?
Sir, it's me, Mihir. Sir, actually, there is no net at my home, so I have connected from my mother's phone.
Okay. We thought some Republic Day hacking हो रहा है तो. I was thinking, who is the idiot who will hack the physics class? He will listen for 10 minutes and will run away. Hope the question is clear. Any doubts on this thing, ask me. Any answers? What is the most common mistake? You know what people do? Their work done is force into this displacement AB. Wrong. Some people do this thing. They'll write, okay, force into displacement into cos 30 because this 30 degrees is there. That is also wrong. First of all, when you write work done, what is the definition again? Always go to the definition. Force into displacement of point of application of force. Where are you applying force? Here. So you should take whose displacement? This guy. Second thing, you can't use 30 degrees. Why? When the block comes here, the angle is changing in every moment. How can you take 30 degrees? Every instant angle is changing and the block is coming, angle is changing. So here, first thing that we do, let this point be P, pulley. So in triangle ABP, what is sine 30? BP by AP. So we get AP is BP is 10 meters, sine 30 is half, 20 meters. So we found the length AP. Now I'll just tell you one thing. How much is this 20 meter? No? When the block comes here, what is this? 10 meter. No? What happened to the remaining 10 meters? Someone should take it, right? If this was 20, this was 10, what happened to the remaining 10 meters? It has gone this way, na? Does it make sense, people? Initially, the length of the string was 20. When it came to B, length became 10. So what happened to the remaining 10 meters? Hope everyone got that thing, what I was asking. So here, so work done is force into displacement of the point of application of force. In this case, the point is C. So SC is nothing but difference in length of the string from block to pulley. Hope that statement makes sense. Whatever is this string from block to pulley and whatever is this string block to pulley, that difference should have gone outside, no? If you remember, this was the first thing we did in a demo, first class, something similar we did. So here that is nothing but AP minus BP, which is 20 minus 10, so 10 meters. Done, no? So what is work done? Force into displacement, 100 joules. Look at the steps. Anything you didn't get, please ask me. Easy question, but you should know the concept. If you don't know the concept, question looks tough. This is how they will trap you in the entrance exams. They are not going to ask you something out of the world. They are going to catch you on concepts and they're going to ask you questions like this. If you see this question doesn't take more than 30 seconds if you know what you're doing. That's why people struggle. Put it down. Any step you didn't get, please ask me. Copied? Next one. People cam should be on, right? You're going for a 3-4 minute break. I can understand it is off for a long time. Be careful. 6th one. This is again a good one. We have a pendulum. This point is fixed. This length is in. This swing still here. So on this particle, there are 3 forces now. There's a force F1, there is a force F2, and there's a force F3. What are these forces? See. F1 is always horizontal. Meaning when you're going from A to B, do whatever you want. F1 is always horizontal. Meaning F1 will be like this. The force is always horizontal. F2 is always tangential. Meaning like this. F2 is always along the curve. F3 is always pointed towards B. Meaning F3 is always looking at B and applying. Hope you got how the forces are. Find work done by the forces and it goes from A to B. So there are 3 forces acting on the body, F1, F2, F3. So you have 3 answers. So what is the work done by F1 when it goes from A to B? F1 is always horizontal, F2 is always tangential, F3 is always pointing towards B. Again, each question itself is, one possible question. Think about that. I'll give you 2-3 minutes. So let me show you something here. I'll just modify the formula a little. We know work done is Fs cos theta. Yeah, when magnitude is constant here. Now this thing, Fs cos theta. Actually, even you can put an integral, doesn't matter. F ds cos theta. So suppose if the force F is this way and ds is this way, and this is theta. Can I write like this? This is ds cos theta. This is ds sin theta. So till now, what we used to do, we should divide the force into components. Now I'm dividing displacement into components. Then this can be written as integral F into displacement in the direction of force. Make sense? The ds cos theta here, which we have, this is nothing but displacement in the direction of the force. You're getting it? So this makes your life easy actually. Without integration and all, saves you a lot of time. Look at case 1. You're here. You finally came here. How is the force? Force is always horizontal. So what should you take? You should take horizontal displacement then. So in this work done by F1 will be F1 into horizontal displacement. Because the force is horizontal, displacement should be horizontal. So what is the horizontal displacement here? So when you're going from here to here, this is the horizontal displacement. This is a vertical displacement. I cap, J cap basically. So that will become F1 into L. That's because this length was L and this length was L. So the catch here is it doesn't matter how you go. What matters is what is the force and what is the displacement in the direction of the force. Meaning in this case, let's say you go like this, and finally, you come back to the same point now. You would have got 0. Here, why it is 0? Because the F is constant. Hey, na? Here F is constant, na? F bar ka direction is constant, magnitude is constant. But better way, remember this thing. Force into displacement in the direction of force. Because see, till now you guys used to write what? Force in the direction of displacement into displacement, remember? Then you're writing F cos theta into S. We are writing here F into S cos theta. Both are one and the same. School mein they taught you as force in the direction of displacement. Here you can also write this as force into displacement in the direction of force. That is the whole meaning of a dot product. You're taking component of one vector in the direction of another vector. Now that could be anything. You can take F in terms of S or S in terms of F. So using this logic, how do you do the second and third? Put this down, I'll show you on the next page. Next one, see. Case 2. Here,
Sir, can you fill the previous page?
So case 2, how is the force? The force is always tangential. So how should your distance should be displacement in the direction of force, no? So here work done by F2 will be F2 into the arc length. Because that force is in the direction of the displacement. So here you'll get F2 into what is the arc length? Pi L by 2. 1/4 of a circumference. L is the radius. So displacement should be in the direction of the force. The force is tangential, so displacement will be tangential. Since F is tangential, the displacement also should be tangential displacement, or you can say distance. Case 3, you're always looking at this guy, A to B. So what is the work done by F3? F3 into yeah, displacement AB, na? If you're looking from A to B always, then it is F3 into AB. That is F3 into root 12. So pretty straightforward questions, but you should know what you're doing. Here the concept is whatever is the direction of force, in that direction you take the displacement. School mein what we learned is in the direction of displacement take the force. Both are right, nothing wrong. It is just how you interpret it. This thing saves you time from integration and calculus. Put it down. Any step you didn't get, please ask me. So Sunday test, you have circular motion and kinematics. Huh? 1D, 2D, projectile motion, relative graphs, literally everything you have in kinematics. So what I will do, I'll send you some practice papers based on kinematics and circular motion. So I think if you do that, it'll work it out. That is one you can do. I'll be posting anyway, you know, like we said, I already posted the homework. You can start that. I'll send the sheets by evening. I need to make a table now which say what. Done with this thing, next one. Turning the page. Turning the page, next thing. Force displacement graph. So we know work done is integral f ds. So if you have a force x graph, we have seen this in integration. So area under the curve will be integral f dx, which is nothing but work done. So one important thing, if the area is above positive axis, it is positive. Same thing which you did in kinematics. If the area is below x-axis, it is negative. So remember that. Area above the positive axis is a positive work, area below the x-axis is negative work. So area under the graph is an fx, fx graph is a work done. Kind of looks like, VT graph. Area above is positive, below negative, same stuff. Copied? Let's see a question. This is 10 newtons, 5 meters, 10 meters, 15 meters. This is an fx graph. This was 20 newtons. So find work done by the force for x is equal to 5, x is equal to 10, and x is equal to 15. Simple question. Find the work done up to 5 meters, 10 meters, 15 meters. We just start to find the areas of triangles and rectangles. See. What is this area? 10 into 5, 50, na? What is this triangle area? Half into base 5 into height 10. 25. Is that fine? The base is 5 na here. This is another rectangle. 50. This is a triangle. Half height is 10, base is 5, 25. Okay, na? Then up to 5 meters, what is the work done? 50 joules. Up to 10, it is 50 plus 25 plus 50. 125. This would be 150. Just add up all the areas now for 15. Up to 10, you have to add this triangle and 2 rectangles. Up to 15, add everything. Check it out. It is just calculation of areas, nothing hi-fi there. Turn in the page. Let's see one more. So we have an FX graph. This was 10 newtons. This was 10 meters and this was 20 meters. Find the position where the work done becomes 0. Meaning, if you see now, this is positive area. If you go down, this is a negative area. At some point, the areas will cancel out. So which position is this? We have done this thing in a VT graph. Find the position where the displacement is 0. Exact same question. The numbers are 10 and 5 and all stuff. Okay, try. Give it a try. I'll give it 2-3 minutes. See, first thing, what is this area? 100. What is this area? Half into 10 into 10, 50. Agreed? So total positive work done is how much? 50. 150. So let's say, and what is this angle? 45 degree. Is that fine? Because this was 10 and this was 10. So that was 45. So let the negative area come somewhere here. Let this position be x0. So that is where the work done is becoming 0. So what is this length? x0 minus 20, na? That's the x coordinate. This length is how much? X minus 20, na? Because this is 20. If that is 45, then opposite side and adjacent side are equal. This is also x0 minus 20. Any doubts still here? Then what is negative area? So negative work done should be half base into height, x0 minus 20 into x0 minus 20. And this should be equal to 150. Because you want the total work done to be 0. You got x0 minus 20 ka whole square is 300. You end up with x0 is 20 plus root 300. 20 plus 10 root 3. So at this x coordinate, the total work done becomes 0. Have a look at this. Again, I'll just explain. This angle is 45 because this is 10 and this is 10. So this is also 45. Let the work done be 0 at a particular x coordinate. So this length will be x0 minus 20. This is also x0 minus 20 because it is 45. So half base into height should be positive work done, which was 150. Copied. So yeah, so I think that's the last thing for the day. That's